Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Kinga. I'm on a journey of reinventing myself and my whole life, and one of my goals for 2023 is to generate and increase abundance and love in the life of others and for myself. Now, how do I do that? By creating short exercises that you can see on my YouTube, a variety of other kind of tools and guided meditations to help you tune into the right vibration, to change your mindset, your thoughts and feelings. If you want to know more about me and what I do, just keep watching my YouTube videos or go check out my website, kingakramer.com. In this video, I want to share with you my personal experience, my feelings about the Dispenza workshop that I recently attended and how I felt before and during and after, and all the magical little things that happened to me during and after. I'm not going to give you educational Dispenza quotes or how to meditate guidelines in this video. However, I'm planning to give you a summary of the notes I took at the workshop in my next video coming out on Saturday, so stay tuned. So I went to Warsaw for the Dispenza workshop, which was advertised as a 3-day event. 3 days of advanced teachings and new live meditations, but in reality it was only 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, and a 2 hours introduction on Friday evening. So I wouldn't call it a 3-day workshop. Anyways, I like how everything went smooth, prior to the event and during the event. And prior to the event, it's like my whole body wanted to make sure that I was gonna have a good time. I'll tell you about that in a second. And to be honest, I didn't go looking for some new knowledge or information. I'm pretty confident that I already understand his work and meditating in general, because I've been using meditations to manifest things in my life, even prior to bumping into Dr. Joel's videos on YouTube and prior to understanding the science behind it. So I knew that it worked for me. And I honestly just went for the experience, to see him live, talking live, to feel the energy, to meditate with 1,500 like-minded people. And I wasn't disappointed. When I say my body was preparing, I want to share something unusual that happened. So according to my body's normal rhythm, I was supposed to have my period right on the event's date. And well, I know it's different for every woman out there, but I tend to feel uncomfortable and, with some pain and a very upset stomach on the first day. Well, I honestly would have hated having to deal with that shit there, but I wasn't giving much thought or attention to it. I was just aware of it, and I was like, whatever, right? What can I do? But 1 week prior to the event, I was talking to a friend who invited me to an online live meditation in Hungarian. And you have to know that I never do meditations in my mother tongue because it just sounds foreign, I'm not used to it. Plus, I hardly ever do meditations from other people. I'm just happy with the meditations that I create for myself. Plus, she said that it was about giving birth, so like totally relevance. But then we thought, it could represent our own inner child's birth, the connection to our mother, and that could be so healing. So I just went along. And I was listening for quite a while. It was nice, but after some time I just couldn't engage myself in it anymore. And I wasn't interested in this whole giving birth experience on such a deep level. So I just stood up, I left, I went to the bathroom to pee, and I was shocked to see that I was bleeding. My period came a week early, which is definitely not normal for me. 1 or maximum 2 days early or late can happen, but a week early, no. And I believe it was the power of the meditation and, the thoughts and the feeling of giving birth. I don't know what you think about it, but I just wanted to share how powerful meditating can be. And no, not just Dispenza's meditations, but any other kind of meditation. So anyway, I traveled to Warsaw, no fear of flying, because I went through my 6 steps, linked to the video below. And because I've done my my flying meditation, plenty of times, enough times by now, again, link to the meditation below. So I was pretty chill. In fact, I was sleeping throughout the whole flight, and then I took an Uber to my hotel. And for some strange reasons, we couldn't find the hotel at the address given, and my driver was just driving me around in the area for like 30 minutes looking for the hotel. We actually passed by it a couple of times, but it just seemed invisible or impossible to find. And I even called the given number to the hotel reception, but no one answered, so it was pretty frustrating. And of course we finally found it. but the driver charged me like double the original price for the extra ride. And then the restaurant of the hotel was not open. I was hungry. We were really outside Warsaw. None of the food delivery companies accepted delivery to my location. And then the fancy sounding executive twin room that I booked was just, it was a disappointment. It was dirty, smelly. The mini bar was just an empty fridge. I had a kettle full of lime scale, no tea bags, no coffee, no mugs, no glasses, nothing, not even a bottle of water. And then the bed sheets were too short for the bed. The Wi-Fi wasn't working, and they said that they will not be able to fix it for my stay. So, I just had a lot of reasons to be frustrated, and I normally would be. But my whole body, and my mind was more focused on wanting to have a good time, wanting to enjoy what I came here for. And I felt that I had the decision, or the power of the decision, in my hand. I could choose to get upset and frustrated, which wouldn't change anything apart from my mood, or I could say, fuck it, nothing can affect my emotional state right now. I'm excited to be here. I will not give my attention to minor issues that I will probably not remember weeks later. So I chose this path. The fact that I wasn't on my period probably also helped me to stay calmer too. So I decided to surrender into the unknown and just observe. You have to know that there was a list of hotels we were advised to choose from because they offered free bus transport between those hotels and the hotel where the event was held at. But the funny thing is, I didn't know about this because I've never read the long emails where we always had to scroll through, like tons of Polish text and then get to the English part. I just couldn't be bothered, so I never really read the emails. I just booked the only available room I found on booking.com within like 30 minutes drive from the event. And I only found out right before the event that this hotel was actually on that special list. How lucky I was. So the transport was organized for us every day back and forth for free, or like included in the price, which was very convenient. And the whole organizing was really well done. And if you consider that we had to pay a bit more than 700 euros, including VAT, and it also included buffet style, amazing lunch, both on Saturday and Sunday, plus morning and afternoon tea and coffee breaks between the sessions, which meant like long tables full of beautiful cakes and cookies and fruits and veggies and snacks and coffee and tea, just like an unlimited, overflowing abundance of everything. It was pretty impressive. So if you take all that into consideration, I think it was pretty cheap. I also loved the location. Sorry I didn't film much food for you because queues were long, and considering the length of the breaks and the amount of people, it was a little bit stressful around the food section or food area. But just believe me, it was pretty impressive, and I'm super picky, plus vegetarian. So the location, the venue, the restroom, everything was just visually pleasing and comfortable, and it just felt right. And the other thing is I'm an introvert. And I'm used to being alone for weeks, at times, especially where I live. There's no social life, only deers and birds and rabbits. So basically, I'm not used to nor comfortable at like loud and crowded events. But this was fun. And I was pretty social and made some new friends on Friday and Saturday. But by Sunday, I just felt like it was a bit too much. I felt drained and mentally tired, and I just didn't feel like talking to anyone anymore. But I was super lucky to have a fellow introvert sitting next to me on Sunday, who I actually met the day before when she kindly approached me saying that she found my YouTube channel and she was hoping to meet me at the Dispenza event, but she never thought that she could just, recognize me from this huge crowd. But she did, because I was sitting 2 rows in front of her on Saturday, and she said that she just recognized me from behind, from my hair, or from the back of my hair, because I used to have my hair up in a bun, and then I had like an undercut. So we started chatting and all that, and we were really connecting, and then we just decided to sit next to each other on Sunday. Someone approaching me at such a large scale event and saying that they know me from my YouTube was a pretty strange feeling. But it was really nice to connect, and on Friday, I happened to sit next to a lady from Kazakhstan who came with her daughter, And her story really touched me. And she said that they've been wanting to come many times before, but something always happened, and then they just couldn't attend. They couldn't make it. Her daughter was very sick, and they actually came because of her. And this was the third workshop that they booked, but the first one that they actually got to attend. And this lady was so warm and open, and we just connected on many levels over the common roots and the historical ties between our countries and some other memories. And then we hugged a couple of times, and it was just heartwarming, the meeting of two strangers who happened to sit next to each other and had a lot to talk about. And funny enough, I found out later that they were actually staying at the same hotel too. And then Dispenza came on, and about 5 or 10 minutes in, this lady next to me, she grabs my hand and she pulls her rings off and she puts it on my finger. It was so emotional. It was such an emotional moment for me. I truly believe that every encounter is magical and has a purpose. Every meeting is an assignment, a lesson to teach or a lesson to learn, a feeling to feel, a connection to start. And I had many magical encounters this weekend. On the way to the event, I happened to sit behind some Scandinavians on the bus, and I joined in, because I heard them speak Swedish. And I just love learning about people, what they do and why they do it and what their true story is. And it was just truly inspiring to meet these ladies. And on the bus back to our hotel after the event, I bumped into them again, and then they showed me this mineral water that they purchased with my name on. And then I connected with Christina, who promised to give me a copy of her bestseller book the next day, and I also offered a meditation in return. And then the next day, so Saturday, I happened to sit in front of some Hungarians, and of course I joined in. I had to. It was inspiring meeting those ladies too. I was supposed to meet Christina for the book and meditation exchange, but I haven't seen her all day. But guess who sat next to me on the bus going back to the hotel at the end of the day? And I got the book. So another fun fact about Christina is that she also lives in Stockholm like I do, and I hope to connect with her in the future. I think you can find her book on the internet somewhere, probably Amazon. And I think it's a pretty cool book. Or you can just go and visit her website, powergoalsacademy.com. That was Christina. I know I'm not giving much details on these encounters and the conversations I had with these people and some others on the way, but believe me when I say that I needed them all. I needed all these magical encounters. I got something inspiring from all of them, and I know that I gave something to them too. It was just interesting how out of the 1,500 people coming together from 56 different countries, I always got seated with those that I had something in common, something to share, something in common when it comes to language or culture or location or just she needed to hear something from me that she found inspiring, or I needed to hear something from them that just really touched me and gave me a new insight. So I just loved all these connections that happened. I share another secret with you. I had some physical injuries in my right arm last year, and I think at one of my jobs I was constantly carrying, like heavy loads on my right arm. And after a while, I just started to have these numbing, tingling sensation in my right arm, and it got worse and worse to a point where my right arm would just go numb, like every 5 minutes during the day. And it was really bothering me. And I went to a chiropractor a couple of times and it got better and the numbing eventually went away, but the tingling sensation stayed with me. And what's funny is that it still comes, but it only comes when I meditate. And it can get so intense that my whole right arm feels itchy, like it's tingling so much that I have the urge to scratch it. And I found it very strange that throughout the whole Dispenza workshop weekend, my right arm was like tingling and itching non-stop, even when we were not meditating. I've got no explanation to this, but I just wanted to share it. And we did, I think, 2 meditations on Saturday and 3 on Sunday. And Dr. Joe said that they've been waiting to make this event happen in Warsaw for such a long time that he actually made it more special than the normal progressive workshops or retreats. He said we got a glimpse into the 1-week-long advanced retreats as well during this weekend, because he gave a little more than what he usually does or gives. So he felt truly special. Have you ever been to any Dr. Joe Dispenza event or workshop? What was your experience? Tell us in the comment section, and watch my video coming out on Saturday, where I will give you all the notes I took during the workshop, and I will tell you more about the meditations that we did. Like, share, and please consider subscribing to my channel for similar content. It costs you nothing, but it helps me grow this channel. Hope to keep in touch. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.